Hi, Jim here again from the kiwinomads. We're back here in the offices of World Travellers with Mike, one of my travel companions on the big travel adventure that we start in just a little bit under 2 months. Mike's on the back of the camera here, so we just thought it's time to give you an update. Goldie's getting quite excited in recent times because we're now about 50 days. It's just about 50 days before the first of us start leaving to head over to Europe on our big trip. So, as I said, in 50 days, Graham, Terence and I leave, so that on the 27th of June we are in the UK, courtesy of Singapore Airlines, major sponsors and supporters of the kiwinomads. We're flying over with Singapore Airlines to the UK. We land, as I said, on the 27th. Mike and Phil are flying with Singapore Airlines into Amsterdam, and we'll be meeting them in Brussels on the 29th of June. So we're all getting over there. We're all getting quite excited because time's coming along pretty quickly. A few things have happened in the last month since we did the last update. I think I mentioned then that we had already purchased one vehicle and we're on our way towards the purchase of the second. Well, I'm very, very pleased to announce we now have our 2 vehicles. I can't actually show you the real ones yet because they're over in the UK with one of our dealer distributors over there looking after them. But we do have, that's a photo of the ambulance that we have purchased, a 2010 Mercedes ambulance, and we also have a 2009 Toyota Hilux double cab ute. So we have both of those vehicles. The Toyota we bought from the Paddock Garage, a motor vehicle dealership in the northeast of the UK. Nick there has been hugely helpful in relation to that. The Mercedes, the ambulance, we purchased from HW Pickerels. Chris from HW Pickerels has been superbly generous. He is storing both the vehicles for us. They are both going to be fully prepped, fully prepared, serviced, ready to go, so that on the 27th of June, when Graham, Terence and I turn up at his yard, the vehicles are there ready for us to take away to do the last little bits and pieces that we need to do to them before we get them on the trip. As part and parcel of that, for all of our sponsors, we've got Derek from New Signs and Displays working right now on putting all the sponsors' logos together so that we can cover all the vehicles with the various sponsors' logos and people who have been so hugely generous in supporting us, not only in the purchases of the vehicles, but also in relation to a number of the other things that are helping us to get this trip. Singapore Airlines, as we say, for flying us over there, but also some other major companies around New Zealand like Spark. Darren Porter from Spark, New Zealand, he and I had quite a good conversation on the phone literally about 48 hours ago. Spark are right in behind what we're doing, going to be providing us with data and a communication package over the whole trip. At the moment they are investigating and looking at a special satellite based or work off a satellite Wi-Fi receiver that we can hardwire into one of the vehicles so that we'll be online through the whole trip. So that's looking pretty cool, because otherwise all the countries we're travelling to, we've got to have SIM cards for all the different countries, and that would just be a mess. So if we can manage to do it via satellite, I think that's going to turn out to be pretty cool. QBE Insurance are obviously helping us out with the insurance on the vehicles as well as insurance for ourselves. So another one of our major sponsors who we're very, very grateful for everything that they've done to us over the last month or so. In the back here, these are the travel wallets for all of us heading off on the trip. I think I mentioned last time we've been doing quite a lot of work with Sandy, Mike's wife here at World Travellers, in relation to the visas. Our passports are away now. They're over in Australia, I think, right at the moment. We've just received the okay for the Ukrainian visas, so they're ticked off. I think the Uzbekistan visa is also ticked off. We've got Russia, Mongolia. Hopefully Mongolia will give us a visa, because if they don't, they won't get the vehicles. Iran and quite a number of other smaller countries that we've got to go through the visa process. The passports are away at those various embassies, being trawled around by the visa machine to get us all the necessary stamps that we need to enable us to travel through their countries on the way. I think we've talked about it before. We're from Belgium, when we leave on Saturday the 1st of July, through Germany, through Poland, into the Ukraine. We're about to go and book the tickets for a tour through Chernobyl. I'm actually quite looking forward to that. If you think I'm glowing now and looking a little bit excited, by the time I've had a big dose of radiation, I think we'll be even worse. So really looking forward to going through Chernobyl. Then we'll head through to Moscow, travel all the way down Russia through Georgia and Azerbaijan, through Iran, which will be another highlight for us, before we start heading back up through Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, back into parts of Siberia, and then finally dropping through into Mongolia on the way through. So everything's looking pretty good at the moment. Things are well under control. We've got our visas on the go. Our flights are all booked courtesy of Singapore Airlines. We've booked 1 or 2 wee hotels that we've got to stay in. We're not getting too carried away with that because we don't know quite how it'll all work out. Our insurance is under control courtesy of QBE. Spark, as I say, is covering all the data as we get going. So keep an eye on us. Get onto our website, kiwinomads.com. Graphic detail, as we've said before, have been hugely generous in supporting and maintaining our website for us. And of course on Facebook, you can look us up on Facebook, just search Kiwi Nomads and find us there. You'll notice now, if you're looking at this and thinking, hey, I haven't supported these guys, I've wanted to, you still can. As well as GoHelp, the charity in Mongolia, we are also supporting prostate cancer here in New Zealand. So now if you go to our website or onto the Facebook site and you click on the donate tab there, all the monies that go through now are going to the charities. So we will split them equally between Prostate Cancer New Zealand and GoHelp. So if you're still wanting to support us, think, hey, this is good, all the monies are going to the charities. We're not taking money to fund the trip or anything like that ourselves. The money is going to the charity. If you are, however, thinking, hey Jim, after all this you do need to get a free vodka in Uzbekistan, well just ring us and you can send the money direct to my Swiss bank account. That's no problem at all. But for everything else, it will actually be going through the charities. So 50 days to go, really looking forward to getting started on this. As I say, just follow along on the trip courtesy of Spark. I think we've got a lot that you're going to see. The Harcourt's drone, we had it out last weekend in Lakehood down in Ashburton when the boys were all having a planning meeting. Flew it round over the lake, took some really good video. It works really well. So provided we don't have any troubles with the Harcourt's drone either being confiscated or shot down or anything silly happening to it, I'm really hopeful we're going to get some really good aerial shots from the drone during our travel. So keep an eye on the Facebook site, Kiwi Nomads, have a good look at it, and I'll give you another update in a month when we'll be down to probably 20 odd days before we go. See you later.